We're going to talk about the buy, sell, holds, and trades from tonight's game for fantasy football. Seahawks, Cardinals. It was a barn burner. But before we dig in, you need to click that subscribe button right now. We're looking at every single matchup throughout the year to help you set your lineups. We're going deep on the waiver wire. We're going to have a bunch of deep dives throughout the weekend so you know more about the trending players. It's all right here. It's all free. Click that button. Stop missing out. Ric Flair's watching. You do not want to disappoint Ric Flair. But this matchup, this started off boring, but ended up very entertaining at the end. And the scoring-wise, looking at the matchup, 23-20, we looked at some of the previous scores, and it was in that range. It hit that ballpark. And we had moderate movement. It was moderate movement from what I guessed. Game script, game flow. Kind of had a good idea of what was happening going in this matchup. And one thing to note here is Marvin Harrison Jr. received a lot of hate in this game. A lot of hate. He stalled up on that route. We got a little 6-6-6 going on here. 6 balls caught, 66 yards. 6 fantasy points for the touchdown. But still, Marvin Harrison Jr. came out strong for you. I said, hey, I'm back. 10 targets in this game. Trey McBride, the main wide receiver here with 11 targets, 7 balls caught, 52 yards. Probably enough to make him a tight end 1 this week. And now you're looking at this offense. Nothing else. Going to the other pass catchers for the Cardinals. And Emari Demercado with that late touchdown. And everybody hated on that because Trey Benson wasn't out on the field. And we said this, that Emari Demercado is going to sneak some work today. We said this earlier today in the must-start video that Emari Demercado is going to sneak some work, and he's going to sneak work in other games as well. And there's going to be some games where he's going to put up a good stat line, and he'll be okay for fantasy, but you're not going to start him. I think Trey Benson's going to be fine going forward. I had him ranked 20th, I believe, on Wednesday coming in. That ain't going to be looking good. We did rush for 4.4 yards per carry. On the field, we looked solid. We looked explosive. I think he's going to be fine. This game script was bad for rushing production anyways. If you remember, things didn't heat up till late. Things just didn't heat up till late. It was a bad game script for the Cardinals to just lay on the run game. It just was. You had 11 targets going to Trey McBride, 10 going to Marvin Harrison Jr., 40 targets overall here. And when you're up, look, 24 targets versus the run game over here for the Seahawks. Jackson Smith-Njigba, it wasn't looking good early on, but we finished off with 4 catches, 79 yards on 5 targets. Your homework was to watch Elijah Arroyo. And we got 4 targets in this matchup. The rookie is starting to trend up a little bit, but not enough for traditional 12-team leagues. Barner got the score here. Outside of that, we ain't really getting much here for fantasy. You got 6 points here for Cooper Kupp. Zach Charbonnet got you 2 catches. Kenneth Walker, 3 points in fantasy and receiving. Rushed for 81 yards. No touchdowns, though, so he got you like 11 fantasy points. Zach Charbonnet, 3.3 yards per carry. It was kind of a rough outing, but we got that touchdown and a couple catches. So if you start him, you're like gritting your teeth because it's just enough. Decent movement from the quarterbacks here, but not really enough to help you win your week this week unless the quarterback sucked this week. We will have some weeks where that happens, and we do have some weird matchups this week. So if you started Murray and that 41 rushing yards and 200 passing yards with those 2 picks ain't enough for you right now, just remember we got some rough matchups. I think that's going to be a fine stat line, but again, I said they were going to be okay but not great for both quarterbacks, 242 and a touchdown. So my big miss was pretty much Trey Benson. I think everywhere else, my other miss is probably Kenneth Walker for not hitting the upside. He was just fine. Outside of that, Jackson Smith-Njigba did not get the targets. This game script, though, killed it. Marvin Harrison Jr. was fine. I wasn't super bullish on him, but I had him at the fine territory of the rankings. The game script, we knew it was going to be moderate, like okay, but not super high scoring with good movement in it. A lot of people were down on Marvin Harrison Jr. throughout this matchup, throughout this game. Finished off strong, got that touchdown. That was good to see. From what I saw from Trey Benson and other game scripts, I think he's going to be fine. I'm not worried about him. I would try to buy him on the low, actually, if I could. But I don't think anybody's going to sell him because they just dropped all that fab on him. And hopefully they're smart enough to realize that game script wasn't the perfect situation for him. And then you're looking at Kenneth Walker. Just enough. Just enough. There's 3 points here. He got you 11. So high-end RB3 for the week. Maybe low-end RB2 if the running backs run bad. Maybe if the running backs run bad, maybe that. But it doesn't matter for your stat lines and your fantasy lineups. Not a great number. Sometimes when you see 10, 11, 12, though, you feel okay with that. Elijah Arroyo, tell me how you feel about him, because this is a lottery ticket tight end for the future that you need to pay attention to. All in all, it ended good. It ended entertaining. It was a fun matchup to watch. But let me know what you think in the comments below. I want to hear about that. Make sure you hit that subscribe button on the way out. One thing for watching. Catch you on the next video.